Hello, buddy. How you doing? Oh, there. Oh, you have a voice? Can you talk to me? Oh.
Wants to fly away. Meet Ryan Gosling. We'll call her Rye if it's a girl and Rai or Ryan if it's a boy.
Ryan Gosling it is.
Gosling. He looks like he's got his head down all sad. How come you made him sad, Dad?
Hey, Howard here at 82 Maple, and you've got it. Hey, we're off on another great adventure, and one of the clues is I'm quite untypically wearing my John Deere hat, and I've got my John Deere gloves, and we have a flat deck trailer hooked up behind us and a whole bunch of stuff in here. Yeah, there's an extra storage battery there. There's my go-to bag up there. It has all sorts of goodies in it. I'll throw in a picture of that. We've got a bag full of snacks. We have water and coffee for the day. Try and guess what we're up to today. Suffice it to say, I think I've joined a new cult. And as the video unfolds, you'll figure out what cult that is. But for now, it's Coral behind the wheel. As I've said before, I'm a most excellent passenger. Here we go. So here's the first thing we're doing today. We're gonna get some hay loaded. Coral's got horses to feed, but we're loading it in the truck. We're saving the trailer for something else here.
Did he put some on top of there yet? Oh, we could. We can.
What's that?
I think that's probably high enough. I think we'll be able to get him on there.
How many have we got there? We've got 4.
And another 8.
8.
12. 13.
Yeah.
Leave the gate down. Who needs a gym?
Exactly. That's why you're getting so skinny, because your wife's making you work.
She is.
And looks like it's in decent shape. Runs.
The current owner bought it in 1965. It only has about 2,000 hours on it, and the starter armature is shot. Other than that, man, that sounded so good when I revved it. Wow.
So I guess it looks like it's a keeper, and he's going to load it up onto the trailer.
Yeah, I drove it up around here. It works perfectly. The clutches, the brakes, everything. And I'm just keeping an eye on the load here because we're going to tilt the deck here in just a second.
And the rain comes.
John Deere hat on. I got my John Deere gloves on. 8 fingers, 2 thumbs, having a good John Deere day.
Have fun tying it down in the rain.
Okay, so we're home and just offloaded this little unit. Had to lift the bucket with the John Deere 4066 because as you can see, there's no battery in here, and even if there was, there's no starter in there. So I've got to get the starter redone on it. I knew that when I got it, but man, what a sweet little unit. So I had Coral just connect me to the back of the 4066 sitting over there, and we pulled the unit off the flat deck after I had lifted the bucket and braced it. And so she just gave me a little tug down the driveway here. You can see the first dark mark where the first time was that I let out the clutch. It's about 48 or 50 degrees here today. And the second time I let the clutch out, it caught fire, no issues. I set that bucket up there a full 4 minutes ago, and I don't think it's dropped an inch. I'm just so impressed. I'm gonna grab the lever here to raise it, and let's see what happens. Okay, so much for my saying it hasn't dropped an inch. It dropped a good 4 inches, about an inch a minute is what it dropped. But man, that little Jimmy Diesel, yeah, this thing needs a cleanup. That belly pan is a fire waiting to happen, but look at these tracks. 4 bolts. The rock guards are in fair shape, all things considered. I've seen a lot worse. I drove it around a bit yesterday. The track tension is holding, and if we look at that space down there, there's good spacing between the bottom rail and the track pads. Yeah, somebody's done some work. If you look really closely, you can see that somebody's built up that bottom rail some time ago. But again, really impressed in terms of first impressions. Lots of work to do. The oil pressure is good. The hour meter works, but it's not original John Deere. You can see somebody would have done that. That's inexcusable. But you know what? Hey, stuff happens over, 65 years. Literally 65 years. I've got to replace the battery box. Yeah, but you know, it's got a nice little drawbar back there. I'm pretty happy. Oh, one other thing. We were looking at the gauges. You probably noticed it's not charging. That's an issue, but it's apparently a Chevy 1980s alternator or something. This is a negative ground machine, and there you have it. There's little things, little or not so little, 2 more things, and then we'll cap off this initial impressions of this unit. But somebody, again, got rough with it at some point, and so you can see a weld right back in there, a fairly substantial one. again, on units like this and those pictures that I've seen online, a lot worse. That's the most welding that I've spotted so far. And look at these sprockets. I can lay my pinky finger on there. Here, I'll put my thumb on top of that, and most machines of this vintage, you know what? Those sprockets are pointy, but somebody's replaced them somewhere along the line. I'll bet you anything, because if we look closely at this, there's those bolts have been replaced, at least 3 of them there, and here on the other side. But on the other hand, maybe not. Maybe I have a little more homework to do. That might be original. So there's a little something I'm going to check out. And no such welding anywhere in here, which somebody's just welded that pin in. But given that this is a bucket machine and all of the stresses placed on that assembly, you know what? That's not bad. So while I've been chatting here now, another 4 minutes have elapsed. So let's just check out the hold, the vertical hold on this loader assembly. Yep, again, empty bucket to be true, but only dropping about 1 inch a minute. Man, I wish some of the machines that I'd driven in my youth only dropped 1 inch a minute. There you have it. It's initial impressions, and it's home. So I've got my work cut out for me, starting with the starter repair, a battery box, getting that wiring in place, doing oil changes, checking the final drives, you know, the usual. Too much fun.